you can tell by the title of this video, I'm selling my gear. But there's a catch. It's not just my gear, but it's some old gear. Some of the first cameras I started using when I entered the photography game. They have no more use to me at this point. So now I'm going to sell them. Hopefully I get some money that I can put towards some new gear. And that old gear hopefully finds a new home with somebody just starting out and serves them as much joy as it did me. Let's take a look at some of my old gear that I'm preparing to sell. Now, as I prepared my old gear, I dusted it off, I wiped it off good, cleaned it. So if you have a camera and it has a strap and batteries and charger, lenses with lens caps and lens hoods, these are key details that should increase the value of your used gear. All of those small things are important, so keep that in mind. It's always a good idea to take excellent care of your gear, because when you upgrade, there's a chance that you'll be able to sell that used gear and help out a starting photographer. Because remember, we were all starting out at one point in time. There are plenty of places on the internet that you could sell your used gear, and I'm sure that the prices vary, or the amount of money that they're willing to give you vary based on the different websites. I chose Adoroma because I've done business with them in the past. Anytime that I've had issues, it was taken care of promptly. I've never had an issue with getting someone on the telephone or getting someone to respond to emails. So I figured that this was a trustworthy company. You would go to the website, go right to used gear, sell yours, and then just follow the directions. 3 easy steps is what they say. So what I did was I packed up my gear and found some old bubble wrap, as well as some newspapers that I bundled up to cushion. I put them all in the box. Now, once Adoroma knows what gear that you're trying to sell, what they'll do is they'll send you an email with a UPS code where you would just stick on the box, take it to any UPS location, and free of charge, they will cover all expenses for the shipping. Now, they will examine your gear to make sure that it has value, to also make sure it's in good working condition. That's important, not only for the amount of money that they're going to give you, but also we have to think about those young new photographers that budget allows them to purchase this used gear. So we want it to be as good of condition to start these young photographers out as possible. Next, you're going to box it up. They give you the label. Stick the label on the box. Make sure there are no other UPC codes on the box from old shipping information. Cover it up like I did with some Sharpie or some white paper. Then you're going to drop it off at your local UPS store. Now, they will examine your equipment, make sure it's in good working condition, and if your gear meets their satisfaction, they will offer you an amount. At that point, you can decide whether or not you want to sell the gear or not. If you want to sell the gear, you have 2 options. They can send you a check, or they can give you a credit for you to buy or purchase more gear. If you don't agree with the amount that they're offering, you can always say no thank you, and they will send your gear back to you free of charge. So that's where we are. I'm shipping this box off and awaiting for them to tell me what they think the value is. At that point, I will decide whether or not I will take the money, use the money towards new gear, or ask them to please send my gear back. Hey, if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in finding out what Adoroma gives me for my used gear, subscribe, because I'll be making a follow-up video as soon as I get the email and the offer from them. And then we'll decide if I'll take the offer or if I'll tell them to send me my gear back, and maybe we'll try another company. Stay tuned. Subscribe for the follow-up. Thanks for watching, and remember,